What's up, YouTube? Saturday morning, Snodzilla had talked about, some upcoming breaks he had and asked was there any interest in basketball. And man, I definitely have some interest in basketball. And it got me thinking this morning it'd be cool to do a video. I'll try to keep this as quick as I can, but I'm going to go through some what I consider are some cool cards that I have. And I'll try to kick some stats at you. I tried to do a little research before I pulled this together. And here we go. So I know a lot of you saw the video where I did the Walton. This is by far one of my favorite PCs. This card means so much to me. A 1974 Topps, and it's an 8. I mean, that is just sick. But that's one of my favorites. And I'm pretty sure I showed the Walton Auto that I've got. This is a 14K. Just a sweet looking card. It's numbered too. I don't know if you can see that. It's numbered to 40. I won't spend a lot of time on those. Just dig right in. So with the newer stars, I'm not going to say a whole lot about these guys. Most of us know what they're doing. But I did pick me up a James Harden rookie. Pretty cool looking card. He looked totally different when he was with Arizona State, didn't he? And my wife is a big Allen Iverson fan. So I actually picked this up in a break with a Three River Sports card. So that's an AI rookie. And then I'm a Gordon Hayward fan. I'm really hopeful that he pans out and becomes something special in the NBA. But there's his auto. Pretty cool looking card. He looked really skinny there. And then I've got this patch of him and Paul George. Look how young Paul George looked right there. Whew. Just crazy. Crazy. And then I got a little buck wild for a little bit there. I got me a couple of Russell Westbrook rookies. I actually have two of these. Love this Fleer throwback, man. I mean, that is by far one of my favorite cards is that Fleer basketball. Just something about that red, white, and blue and the colors on it. Just a sick card. I'm a big Carolina fan, so I had to pick me up a Harrison Barnes rookie. Pretty decent looking autograph. Just a nice looking card. Loved Harrison Barnes when he was with UNC. And then we're starting to get into some cooler stuff here. So I do got a LeBron James. It's a practice-worn USA Olympic jersey card. I know BCCG 10. I know a lot of y'all are probably like, garbage. But to me, very cool card. And then got a little Klay Thompson rookie card here. Picked this up at a card show with Big D for Life. Very clean looking card too, man. It's in really good shape. It's a 2011 when he was with Washington State. Very nice looking card. And then I had to get a few Steph Currys. So this one when he was with that Charlotte Christian High School. So Gem Mint 10 GMA. Really cool. And then his contenders, 2008 or 2009, 2010 playoff contenders, Rookie of the Year. And a 10. BCCG, so I know. Not exactly the best grading. But then, getting into my other really big PC is Dennis Rodman. How cool was that card? A little bit of art. Sport Kings. And then, I had to get me a Rodman rookie. And again, the 86 Flair. And look how young Rodman looked there. And I don't even think he had any tattoos there yet. Very cool looking card. And then I picked up this. This is a sweet card. Look at that patch. So this is game worn, numbered to 25, and that's Rodman's auto. But when he's with the Spurs, but that patch, man, it's just, I mean, it definitely looked game worn. So a really cool piece of patch. Then I got a couple of Kobe Bryant rookies. These are not the chrome. So they're both Beckett 9.5. Subtle differences in the two. This one's got a 10 on the edges, so it looked like it was pushing the envelope a little more. But a nice looking Kobe rookie. I really like Kobe Bryant. It's tough not to like him. So this next guy, I mean, this card to me is just a sick card. He's a 4-time NBA champion with the Bulls and Lakers. He was drafted in the same year as Scottie Pippen in 1987, so he was a 10th overall pick. And this was probably one of the first big NBA trios. So it was Pippen, Grant, and Jordan. But Horace Grant was a beast, just a hell of a player. I don't, I remember him playing with the Lakers, but I don't remember it well. Definitely remember him playing for the Bulls, and if you didn't like the Bulls in that era, it was probably a rare thing. I think every kid that was watching NBA basketball was probably watching the Bulls. And so, thinking in that same mind frame, this guy was a 3-time NBA champ. So he was drafted by the Spurs. He's most known for his Game 6 winning shot in 1993. And just a sweet card. Little Paxton auto. Like, just something you could pick up. Just a nice looking card. So, I don't think there has to be a whole lot said about this one, but this is another year of card that I really, really liked. So this is I don't want to get it wrong here. Yeah, that's the 87 or 86 Fleer. I might have got that wrong. 88 Fleer. Yeah, so again, a rookie card of Pippen. So Pippen won 6 titles. He was an 8-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's considered by many as one of the top 50 players. He's the only player in history to win an NBA title and a gold medal in the same year twice. So I would have thought Jordan was on that, but he was not. It's just Pippen. And this 92 Dream Team, I mean, if you look back on that, they beat opponents by an average of 44 points per game. And I read a quote about Pippen. They said he, moves like a point guard, swishes it like a shooting guard, and rebounds it like a power forward. I mean, that's the kind of talent he had. I mean, just could do so many things and was, a hell of a pairing with Michael Jordan. So, talking about Michael Jordan, a couple of Jordans here. Nice little patch, little mini card. I'm on the fence about mini cards. I don't know really what I think about them. I picked this up. It's a Gem Mint 10 Michael Jordan Legacy 2009. Just a beautiful looking card. Look at the Jordans he had on there. I'd like to have those shoes. And then this dual patch. So LeBron and Jordan conference pairings. That is a sick card. And that's game worn. So just a sick patch. And now getting into some guys that I sort of just, I PC, so I'm going to save this one for last. So, John Stockton. I'm going to give you a little bit of stats on him. There's a nice looking auto of him. This is numbered to 25 too. So, a lot of people, what they don't realize about him is how good he was defensively. I mean, this guy was only 6'1", 175 pounds. But he was a 5-time NBA All-Defensive Team, 2-time steals leader, and just so you know, I mean, he is so far ahead of everybody in the NBA for all-time steals and assists. So the top 3 in steals all-time are Stockton at 3,265, Jason Kidd next at 2,684, and then Michael Jordan at 2,514. I don't think he gets enough credit for how good he was defensively. I mean, think about Isaiah Thomas right now and how poor of a defensive player he is. I mean, to me, the guys that really gut it out on the other side of the ball as well are just so much more fun to watch. Assist-wise, I just don't even know if anyone's ever going to catch him. So he had 15,806 assists all-time. Jason Kidd, again, at second with 12,091. I mean, almost 3,700 and some steals more than Kidd. And then third place all-time for assists was Steve Nash at 10,000. But a really sick card, and it's a good segue into this next guy. So this is numbered to 15. So Karl Malone, can't show Stockton without Malone, and I really wanted this autograph pair together. So 2-time MVP. He's second all-time in points, underneath Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, of course. And I'd say by most he's probably considered the best power forward in history. The one thing he has that he's probably infamous for is that he does have 95 postseason losses, the most ever. I think, unfortunately, he's probably a lot of those losses came at the hand of Michael Jordan. Kind of hard to beat anybody in that era. Here I got Robert Parrish auto, and this is numbered as well to 99. So the Chief was a very, 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 very good center. Hall of Famer, 4 titles, one of 50 greatest players, considered by most in NBA history, one of them. Really nice looking auto. I don't know if you can see, but that's on card, and it creates a shadow in the background of that rest of that card, which is just really cool. Nice looking card. Getting down to 2 of my favorite cards I have. I mean, I really like these guys. And this is not about value, like what you could sell them for, but to me, just what I like. So I watched this card on eBay for a while, a couple years ago, and finally ended up being able to get it at a good price. So Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter. And this is numbered to 25, just a dual auto, and I mean a sick pairing. So a little bit of information about Porter. He did not make the playoffs only one time in 17 seasons. So, I mean, that's just impressive. Just to be able to pull something like that is amazing. And then he's 12th all-time in scoring. So, I mean, a lot of people don't realize that about him. So, Drexler, I mean, just a beast. Obviously got a title in 1995. Something cool about him is he still holds the record for most steals in the second half. He did it in 1996, so he had 8 steals in the second half. So again, you can see my affinity towards defensive guys. Just a really, really sweet card. Another thing about Drexler, he was one of only 5 players to ever be retired by the University of Houston. And then last, but definitely not least to me, this is probably right up there with my Waltons as far as guys I PC, and don't ask me why, but I love Big Shot Bob. So this is a sweet looking card. It's got a little bit of bling. It's a very nice looking auto. It's not it is. It's on card. I was going to say it's not on card. And it's numbered. So numbered to 50. So it's 15 out of 50. So a little bit of information about Big Shot Bob. He had 7 NBA titles. I mean, that is amazing. And he's one of only 2 players to do it with 3 different teams. So the only other person to do that, which I couldn't believe this. So John Sally had titles with 3 different teams. Did not realize that. So a little bit of information about why I think I like Big Shot Bob so much. Used to play a lot of basketball video games with Big D for life. And, on the court, in real life when I played basketball, I loved playing defense and I loved fundamentals and boxing out. But when I play the video game, I want guys that I can just on a fast break pull up and shoot a 3. And this was that guy. I mean, on video games, I mean, he was definitely clutch just like real life and made it really fun when you're playing video games. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a great Saturday and a good weekend. Peace.